And on the Newsmaker hotline right now, we have Victoria Toensing, who is a very well-known lawyer in town, has represented a lot of people in sort of the national security arena, and in fact is an attorney who holds currently a top-secret clearance. We want to talk to her because she is trying to represent what has been described as a Benghazi whistleblower, and the State Department, we were told yesterday, is dragging its feet on clearing her to be this person's lawyer so that she can then represent this person as he testifies before Congress. Do I have that sort of summed up in a nice, neat bow there?
Well, let me give you the nuances
All right.
of it. The State Department is refusing to provide a process to clear any lawyer for representing the whistleblowers. I have one client, one from the State Department, and that's it, and that's all. The more I can tell you until this gets cleared up. I volunteered pro bono to do this when I started hearing through my contacts in the national security community about these threats that were being made. I initially heard about them, that they were being made to CIA and special ops people. So I volunteered to do this free. And the State Department, when I never thought there would be a problem. Daryl Issa, the chairman of the Government Oversight Committee, wrote on April 16th, we would like the process for clearing lawyers. When you say I have top secret clearance, you only get it for a specific case. You can't take that and make it an umbrella for other things.
But you have gone through the process and you cleared, right?
Oh, I was chief counsel for the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Exactly.
I was code word.
Well, let me stop you there for a minute, because yesterday a State Department spokesman was asked about this very thing, and here is what he had to say.
I'm not aware of private counsel seeking security clearances or anything to that regard.
What do you say?
I say he's either incompetent or liar. Let me read you from the April 16th letter from Daryl Issa to it's called L at the State Department. It's the legal office, the so-called general counsel, but they call him L. He's requested the process for clearing an attorney to receive sensitive or classified information from his or her client. That was specifically in the letter on page 2. And again, and they didn't hear anything. Nobody called. Nobody would get back to them. And then again, on April 26th, Daryl Issa wrote to Secretary Kerry and said, on April 16th I wrote, and I requested information for clearing attorneys to possess or discuss sensitive or classified information. How can this spokesperson get up there and say what he did? But even more importantly, Brian, how can the press, given these two letters, sit there and go, duh, except for Fox and you all?
Yeah, well, Victoria, that is a good question. And when you see the State Department spokesperson up there yesterday basically saying, what he said was, we've already done our investigation. It's been thorough. It's been transparent. We've given that information to Congress. That should be enough. Is that enough for you?
Not true, because I happen to know information that has not been made public. See, what happens is I can talk to my client and I can learn information. But at a certain point, she or he says to me, oh, I can't tell you that. That's classified.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are so good and so straight that they won't violate anything, even to give me information, because they're trying to follow the law.
So are you in contact with the Oversight Committee, and what kind of actions are they taking here?
Well, they've written these two letters, and the State Department is refusing to even respond to the letter. I just thought it was a matter of, it would take a couple of days. Daryl Issa wrote his letter on April 16th. They have not even gotten back to them, to the committee, about the process. I can't just go banging on doors at the State Department. You have to do this in a professional way. Mm-hmm. And each agency is supposed to have a process to say, here's who you call, here are the documents you have to sign, because you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But every department has it different.
Well, don't worry. We'll bang on the doors for you. I'm happy to bang on a few doors if that's what's required here. But here's the thing. You were on Special Report last night, and you said you know of cases where State Department employees and CIA employees who maybe even were on the ground during the attacks in Benghazi, who are being intimidated. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, it's a subtle intimidation. In fact, I was on Fox a few weeks ago when I first found out about all this, talking about it. It's very subtle. What happens is, that promotion that you were going to get, oh, I'm sorry, that job we've just eliminated that job. Oh, God, we don't have an assignment for you. You'll just have to stay stay someplace and work in this office, and maybe we'll find something for you.
Right.
I've gone through this when I sued the CIA on behalf of a woman by the name of Janine Bruckner, and we won the case, but it took 2.5 years. But this is what they do. In fact, the CIA has a word for it. It's called a burn notice. And what happens to these poor people who have information is everybody kind of knows that these are the people that are going to be in trouble, and they stay away from them. Friends.
Wow.
Who have been with them for a long time. And this is against the law.
Right.
There is a federal law that says every federal employee shall have a right to provide information to Congress, and it shall not be denied or even interfered with. These people are breaking the law, and sadly, the press is not calling them on it.
And we've come a long way from Time Magazine naming the whistleblower the person of the year. Remember that?
Oh, that's just when there's a Republican administration. You know what? I sued when there was a Republican administration and when there was a Democratic administration. I am a lawyer before I'm anything else, and this is so offensive to me.
Well, it's offensive to many people who just want the truth and don't feel like we've heard the entire story about what happened in Benghazi. Well, Victoria Toensing, thank you so much for joining us and bringing up to speed. When there are new developments, please raise the flag. We'd love to have you come back on.
I think I have a contact with you all.
I think you do.
Thank you,
we know him well. Your partner, Joe DeGeneva. Thanks a lot, Victoria. Good to have you.